As you can see, I'm here to do a fireside chat. Today's fireside chat is called What is Love? What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Oh, sorry. That is not what we're doing, really. Well, what I did was I did a little bit of research because actually I wanted to do a couple different things, and just the main thing was trying to find what the world needed. And one of the things that was in the list of things that the world needed was love. So I thought, well, what is love? Why don't I just find out? So I did a Google search, and I found a website that had an article about love, the different kinds of love. The website is called lonerwolf.com. There are other articles on there, but this one is about the 8 different types of love according to the ancient Greeks. And that means the names are in Greek words, so bear with me trying to pronounce the words. So what we're going to do is we're just going to look through these 8 different types of love. And we're not going to do this in depth. It's just going to be kind of more of a surface, just scratching the surface, really. Because love is a huge topic. You can't just put it into this little 20, 30-minute talk. Because there are different ways of going about loving someone and showing love, receiving love, things like that. So we're just going to be doing a little bit of this. Our talk is going to be just a small smidge of what could possibly be love is about. So we're just going to find out what these 8 different kinds of love are, and we're going to talk a little bit about them, and then we're going to reflect about them and see what we can do in our lives to show love and receive love. So the first type of love is called Eros, or erotic love. Yes, folks, I am not going to be getting graphic with this at all. So I'm just going to tell you what it means. This type of love, Eros, is named after the Greek god Eros, who is the god of love and fertility. Eros represents the idea of sexual passion and desire. This is the love that is romantic and arouses sexual feelings. The kind between lovers and spouses and even one-night stands, even. Whatever you want to call the people that are having this romantic and sexual feelings, love, Eros. That's what it is. And I think, too, this kind can start with flirting and go on to something more steamy. Wow. So, we're on to the second type of love, and it's called philia or phileo. It's affectionate love, or simply put, it's the friendship love. Think platonic love. The love between people, 2 or however many, that is just like friendship. Everybody wants friendship love. And some of the ancient Greeks thought that this platonic love is above Eros. Now, you may debate it and argue that that's not right, but we're not going to do any arguments right now. But I think you can have Eros and philia love for one person. I do. I'm talking about Ben, of course. We have friendship and romantic love. We're very fortunate. I'm appreciative of my husband. It is important to see that there is a possibility of someone loving their friend like a friend and then going from just friends to lovers. I am involved in a group of writers, and some of them think that it's a horrible idea to have friends become lovers because that means they can't be friends anymore, or whatever, in their stories. And then I realized it's because they're still single and they haven't the slightest idea how someone could possibly be a friend and then become a lover of that friend. They seem like it's so out there that it couldn't be a possibility, or they just don't like that idea because so many stories are like that. I wonder what would happen when they finally have that story. Okay. So, just what I was saying, I think that both forms of love are important. I mean, why should there be one better than the other? I don't think they should be seen that way. So, just think about that. Just think, okay, one form of love shouldn't be any better than the other. But there is one that I think could probably is better than all the others. But we'll get to that one later. Let's continue on to the third type of love. And you're going to have to forgive my pronunciation. It's something like storge. Well, whatever that word is, it also means familiar love. The love between parents and their children and children and their parents. And probably also other family members. Because, sometimes friends can become those we share familiar love with if our biological families don't support us in any way, or we don't get along with them, like I don't get along with my dad. We're estranged. So I have found friends that show me that we can be more than, So we have this. And then there's also the ones that aren't biological family. For example, adopted and foster children and any other person that you want to just include in your family. Doesn't matter who we share familiar love with. It matters that we can share that kind of love with someone. So we all should have people that we love and we give love to and receive love from. Right? Okay, the fourth form of love is ludus, or something like that. It's playful love. Now, the article describes it as the love between young lovers, this affectionate love between young lovers. And the examples that it gave is the fluttering heart, the flirting, teasing, things like that happen at the beginning of new love. It is also important for this form of playful love to be there in long-term relationships. And yes, I will admit that Ben and I have this kind of love for each other too. If you wanted to know, we still flirt with each other. We've been married for 15 years, together for about 2 or so before that. So we've been together for at least 17 to 18 years, and we still flirt with each other. So we are still at this place. So now this next one, the fifth form of love is mania or obsessive love. And this is probably the one that you might want to stay away from because of what can happen in this kind of love. There is madness and obsessiveness in this type of love. This form occurs when there is an imbalance between the Eros and the ludus kind. So there is imbalance between the romantic and playful kind of love. And mania tends to lead to issues such as codependency. So be aware of that. And now I'm going to tell you that mania type of love isn't necessarily bad, so to speak. I think it's bad when it gets over the top, when it gets to the point where it's not healthy for either person. And this is the kind of love that fans have sometimes for their ones that they like. The celebrities and famous people have issues with fans who stalk them. Some of the fans have murdered the famous person that they liked because they didn't want anybody else to have them. And so it's like this, they're so obsessed that they do something radical. And for example, there was a girl who was a singer. Her name was, I believe it was Christy. I don't remember what her last name was. It started with a K, I believe. And there was a fan who stabbed her to death and then killed himself because he was obsessed with her. So this is the kind of love we want to be aware of. We want to be leery of that type. So just so you're aware about that. Okay, on to the next one, because we don't want to be so negative. We have some others to talk about. This 6th form of love is called pragma, or enduring love. And this is the form that has lasted over time. It can be between long-term relationships that are romantic or friendships that have stood the test of time. So an example would be my grandparents, who before my grandmother passed away, they were married for like 55 years, I believe. So their love stood the test of time. It was an enduring love. And I think Ben and I have that too. Even though we've only been married for 15 years, we've been through really hard times. And I think we have this kind of relationship. And these kinds of enduring relationships, they are hard to find. So do some research. See if you can find some in your world, in the people around you, those that you love, those that love you, and see if they have any enduring relationships. There's some homework for you. Number 7 is called, and this is the one that I'm not sure how to pronounce. It's like philautia. It's the self-love, the one that's probably the hardest for people to do. Take care of oneself is to be able to take care of others. We need to take time to care for ourselves. This type of love is very, very important to show. Do not forget it. You need to eat healthy. You need to take a shower. You need to pamper yourself a little bit. You need to be able to go outside and spend some time out in nature. You need to be able to just take some time for yourself. This is the kind of love that caregivers have a hard time doing. They're so into caring for someone else that they forget that they need to care for themselves in order to care for somebody else. So let's remind ourselves to take care of ourselves as well as care for others. Now we are at the very last one. This one is called agape love. It is the selfless love that is shown. There are some that show this kind of love. The ancient Greeks say this is the highest and most radical type of love there is. I think I told you this story before. There's a story that I haven't read for a while. It is about 2 firefighters, one male, one female. I'm not sure if I think there might be some bit of an unquitted love or what have you, but there's a fire, and they are caught in the fire. They can't get out, and it's coming towards them. So they're forest firefighters. So this is different fire than a house fire. Once you're in the path of the fire, you can't go anywhere because there's just no place to go. They have no place to go. They have one blanket to cover them that will save them from the fire. The man decides to cover the woman with the blanket and hold his body down so she cannot move as the fire comes. And he is consumed by the fire. This is a fictional story, but it's so true of what this selfless love, this agape love is all about. There are people in our world that do these kinds of things. They sacrifice themselves to save other people. It is part of their jobs. They do it every day. It's an unconditional love. The article states, the love that accepts, forgives, and believes for our greater good. And that's what agape love is. It accepts, it forgives, and it believes for our greater good. I believe that we all need these types of love. We need every single one. We need to reflect on which ones we have and which ones we need to work on. The only one that you might want to stay away from is number 5, of course, the one with the mania or obsessive love one. That one, you might want to, and like I said it before, it's the one that we need to be aware of that can cause problems. But there is also the point where that kind of love, the mania love, that we can be aware of if we're the one that is giving that kind of love or receiving that kind of love, and how we can react to it and see if there is a way that we can make it one of the other ones. Maybe make it more healthier than what it is. So now we're going to take some time and we're going to reflect on the different types of love. I want us to ponder the types of love we need to work on and the ones that we are doing well with, and even realizing the ones that we're giving, not just giving, but receiving from other people, and be like, oh, wow, that's how, oh, okay. And so then we can just kind of reflect on that. We're just going to take some time for that. Now, if there is something that you need to talk about, you need someone to listen to you, maybe you're just not really sure about all of these types of love, and you're kind of not sure what to do about it, this is a great time for you. Message one of us on the staff here in Second Life and we can help you. Now, of course, if you're not in Second Life, and we've already told you how to get into Second Life, but if you, for whatever reason, just want to message us, go to amcyberchurch.org, click on the director's offices, and leave us a message, and we'll be happy to help you in any way we can. Now, there might be something that we might not be able to answer for whatever strange reason, so we will help you find that answer the best we can. Now, this is the time that we really want you to be in Second Life for. The time when we go to the garden, gather in the garden, and just have fun chatting and talking and everything. We want everybody to come join us. And you can't come join us if you're not in Second Life. So please come join us in Second Life. Please, I am imploring you. It's fun. You will enjoy it. I highly recommend you come join us. I thank you so much for being here with us today. I thank you for just hearing me out. And this is not my article, so these are not all my words. So make sure you go read the actual article. It won't take very long. May your week be filled with peace and goodwill. May you share the different types of love with others if they apply to you, of course. Be well, my friends. Be free. Show that love. Share it with everyone. You won't be sorry. See you next week. Bye.